Hello. Good morning. Good morning. I see no one is watching, so that's good. Which is exactly how I want it. So, good morning, everyone. Hello. Hi. Today I am playing the black and white Macintosh version of Space Quest 1 for reasons. Mainly because I want to redo the Space Quest on other systems videos that I did a while back, because the subject is interesting and my my videos were quite lame and sort of improvised and didn't make a whole lot of sense. And I see people are actually in the chat. Sweet Potato Moose and Alice Geek Lab. Hi. How's Tricks? You're watching. I'm streaming. Cool. I thought we were doing a riff. Anyway, so this is a new thing. As you can tell, we are now also able to talk to people. It's a talkie stream because we're now streaming in the lovely AM. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. I have my morning coffee. Hey. And I thought, because since this is a new thing and it's a weird time slot and everything, wasn't going to make a big deal out of it. I'm just going to start streaming, and this is a very early stream for summer. Yeah. So I'm just gonna play. So the thing is, I need footage from this version of the game, because I want to, like I said, I want to do a redo of the Space Quest on Other Systems video. Some new shit has come to light, as the dude would say. Epic Potato Fiend has recorded a bunch of footage from the Apple II versions on his Apple IIc. They're horrible. And someone in my Discord very recently just popped in to say, hey, I fixed the whole thing with the Macintosh only being able to display in black and white. He's like made his own emulator that emulates 24-bit quick draw, but it doesn't have any sound yet. And he popped into the stream, or no, sorry, he popped into the Discord and just showed screenshots of this thing actually running in 16 colors. And everyone was like, wow, dude, you've cracked it. And then he just disappeared. And also we have Marcus in the voice chat, because another thing we're doing here is the voice chat on Discord is open if you want to come and hang out. Hi, Marcus. He's staying very quiet now all of a sudden. Anyway, so if you want to come and hang out in the voice chat, Chaos on my Discord is open. It's 7 p.m. in New Zealand. Is that New Zealand? Must be. NZ must be New Zealand. Anyway, was Apple Macintosh the one that would run very fast at unplayable feeds? I don't know. It's the one that has the weird point-and-click interface. You'll see. Drew says we want Space Quest 7. You're asking the wrong person. I don't have it, and I also don't have it. And no one has it. Space Quest 7 was a terrible mistake that never got made. Anyway, so let's bzz. That's the wrong scene. Bzz. There we go. I should get rid of this one. Bzz. Remove. Go away. Hello. Hi, Brandon. This weird, sultry, whispery voice just came onto the stream. Hello.
Sleeping.
Well, your gate settings are set to the point where your sultry whispering is getting intermittently cut off, because you're just that sultry.
Okay, gate is turned off.
There we go. Now I can hear you. Also, you didn't need the gate. Your mic is surprisingly gentle.
It's a dynamic mic, so.
Lovely. I have my little shitty Yeti mic. It's actually not that shitty, but it's I think I rambled on about that during the mega streams, like, oh, every YouTuber and streamer in the world has a Blue Yeti, so that's why they're shit. I don't know where that was going. Sultry Aussie. He's Canadian. Sorry, what were you saying?
If everyone uses it, it must be crap.
Exactly. Just like everyone plays the guitar, so everyone who plays the guitar is. Yeah,
That's why I'm thankful not everyone plays Space Quest.
Yeah. Shit, how do I do this? I can't remember. See, I have a bunch of different Space Quest 1 disk images for this thing, and I'm not entirely sure which one I'm supposed to run. I think it's this one. We'll see. Please insert... Okay, cool. I'll do that. Okay, that seems to work. Oh, shit. Well, we're gonna have to do that again. Sorry, everyone. All I did was alt tab out to see the restream chat, and then the whole intro just skipped. So we're gonna have to start that again. Also, did anyone see that little crack intro there? The Dark Side presents. Did this thing just flat out refuse to play sound anymore? Or did it actually hang? Did it actually crash on me? I think it crashed. Oh, that is... Yeah, all the sound just turned itself off. Oh, are you kidding me? Please insert... See, this is so weird. I have to, like, back and forth different disk images. Because this thing is... This emulator is booting off some weird disk image. I don't know. Okay, what happens since we now have the other disk in the drive? What happens if we just try and start this again? No sound. No sound. Okay, well, apologies. I'm just gonna shut down the emulator. To shut down, please insert this disk. Okay, it's now safe to turn off your Macintosh. Cool. And...
What was that sound?
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? So at least we know there's still sound coming through this thing. We've got Space Quest. We've got Space Quest. Okay, so now I can see the chat. That's good. And there we go. There's... Oh, I have a couple of save games here. I think I'll just... Off you go. I used to have... Hang on. I used to have a hard drive disk image for putting... Yeah, here we go. SQH disk. Also has a save game on it.
Very descriptive.
Yeah, I know. This has 5. This is so weird. It says, oh, I'm sorry. Good morning. I thought it only said it had 5.2 megabytes available. No, there's 5.2 megabytes being used on it, and it has Space Quest 3 and 4. Oh, cool. See, I even played through Space Quest 3. Or actually, no, those are not.
What are those icons?
Oh, that's Fester. Look at him. Look at him go. Look at him go.
What the heck?
I know. It's so weird. It's like the most hideous rendition of Fester ever. Even the save... Oh, look, that's scary. Like when you highlight the save games.
No, that's the best version.
That is the best version. And Space Quest 4 looks a little more... low key. Okay, let's see if Space Quest 1 will run. These could be interesting for later use. I think they're installed and actually work, but I'm not sure if they'll run on this emulator. We'll see. Anyway, so that's SQH disk for my save games. Let's try and run this thing again. Please insert the other thing. And we have sound again. Cool. So now I can have my morning coffee.
I don't know why, but I expected the sound to be different, but it's just Tandy sound, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Apparently you can hook up your MC32 or other sound device for something, but the old Macintosh just had that multi-speaker bleepy bloopy thing. That is super loud, by the way, but I'm not alt-tabbing out to turn down the music. Like every time it accesses the disc, there's a slight pause. And those graphics are beautiful in this resolution.
I love the black on white text.
I love the font, and also how they absolutely resolutely manage to not censor the text at all.
They went out of their way.
I think the way the text is centered in the IBM DOS version is by just, Scott hitting the spacebar a lot to get the text to sort of center, and they just copy and pasted that text wholesale for this. Oh, hello in the chat. Hi, Cadet Briggs. Yeah, this is beautiful, isn't it? Alright, the Arcada is now returning triumphantly to Xenon with a fully operational star generator. Nothing can go wrong. Oh, that is an excellent Y. All lowercase and all that. This is a very good font, actually. I should keep this. We should... like the next Space Quest point and click. I mean, everyone loves the Space Quest 6 font, but it is a little illegible sometimes. This is a very good font. Why am I going on about the fonts? Oh, this thing is struggling, isn't it?
Lovely font.
It is. I think that's quite enough of that.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello, Pickle Dog.
Hello.
Good morning. Hey, what time is it everywhere? Brandon's in Canada, Pickle Dog's in California.
It's midnight in California.
Midnight. Not
Almost
too
2:30 here.
bad. Ooh, that's a little worse. That's a little worse.
Hell.
Hey, TTP.
Hello, it's the way.
As a not potato.
Now both are in the chat now. Both are in the.
Oh yeah, both potato and the imposter is in the chat.
We've had
but
two.
I love the-
Wait. We've had two Rogers now. They've agreed to split the same food budget, so our food budget. Or sorry, they agreed to split their food, so our budget hasn't increased at all.
All right, well, just gonna go with default.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
it's very close to Tandy sound, but it's like a little bit softer and smoother.
You have to allow for the emulator to sort of put its own spin on stuff. I think it might be. Actually, it doesn't sound terribly awful, but the Apple II GS emulator was just all over the place.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is just unpleasant looking.
Oh, we've seen worse, believe me.
Oh,
Yeah.
we've seen worse.
This is fairly pleasant delivering. Oh, we've seen so much worse. Oh, no.
You don't know how
See the
you don't know how perfect your timing is though, because like literally, I just got a snack and I say, okay, I'll put on an episode of X-Men or something and pass it out, and I'm like, oh fuck no, I want to watch this. Well,
Awesome. All right, let's search, dude. Search the body of your
are
crewmate
you
and
playing this
find.
on an Apple? Like,
Yeah, this is the Apple Macintosh version. I'm just gonna pause this quickly. Oh, that is not how you pause. Okay, I hit escape and just this this came
No
up.
super terrorists. We're pretty delivered. These monitors were pretty clear.
Okay, there's actually a pause button here. So let me just briefly explain. Hi, Digirella in the chat. Lucky enough to catch another one. Been watching your mega playthrough while painting my house. Awesome.
wow.
You really should be keeping an eye on where the paintbrush is going, but yeah, I'm not your mom. Epic Potato is in the text chat. Never trust emulator audio. Remember PC speaker and DOSBox. Oh, we will. Oh, we will.
Oh.
And okay, so the reason why we're playing the black and white Macintosh version here is twofold. First of all, like I said at the start, you probably weren't there for that because there were no viewers when I started. I want to redo the Space Quest on Other Systems video because some stuff has come to light. Like I said, Epic Potato has recorded stuff off the Apple IIc, and it is just god awful. It is probably the worst version of Space Quest 1 and 2 you'll ever see. And recently, very recently, a gentleman popped into the SQH Discord and said, "Look, I fixed the Apple Macintosh thing. You know, where you can't run the 16 color version because of QuickDraw, 32-bit. All the emulators use 32-bit, but Sierra's games expect a 24-bit QuickDraw thing. He's fixed that. He's basically built his own emulator." And he showed us screenshots of it in action, and we were like, "Oh my fucking god!" And then he sort of went quiet. All he said was, "I'm working on my emulator. The game is running. It appears stable, but there's no sound. I'll be back." And he just flat out I sent him a DM. He has not responded. So I'm hoping
it's a 32-bit clean thing. Okay, yeah, 32-bit clean was a Mac transition thing. It's
yeah.
I guess none of the Sierra games are 32-bit clean.
And he had this wonderful technical explanation in the SQH Discord about how apparently when AGI games boot up, they do this weird check to see if QuickDraw is working or whatever, and it's a stupid check. It's one that absolutely borks. So when you run 32-bit, all it does is display pixel garbage. So you can only run the black and white versions on current emulators. And I'm really hoping this guy will let me use his new emulator so we can finally see these Macintosh games in 16 colors.
Indeed.
Hope so. Fingers crossed.
It's fantastic. So, okay.
As they were intended.
as oh.
We're not doing anything as was intended tonight.
No.
Well, this morning.
That's another thing.
Have you seen? Yeah.
Oh, that's another thing.
Have you seen the abomination in digital sadism?
Oh yes. Digital Sadism is a lovely channel on the SQH Discord. I wholeheartedly.
It's my favorite channel.
It's mine as well. So here's the thing. I might have to go full screen for this one. Hello. Okay, so remember I did the long as marathon mega stream of all the 6 Space Quest games? Yeah, that was a lot
I
of
was there.
Yeah, you were. That was a lot of fun. But what I did was play what I think are the best versions, like the cream of the crop, the way God intended these games to be played. But over on the SQS Discord, there's a channel called Digital Sadism, which is all about doing awful things to our favorite games. And the people there have been busy little beavers. Because remember I did a video that said, "Oh, this is the worst version of Space Quest 4 you'll ever see." No. We can do much worse. And this is the worst version of Space Quest 6 you've ever seen. And we had this EGA shader that turned it all 16 colors. And we're like, yeah. Oh, it can get worse. Oh, it can get so much worse. In fact, the 2 gentlemen responsible for making it so much worse are in the chat right now. Pickle Dog has fixed the CGA drivers for SCI EGA games, which would include Space Quest 4, the EGA version, so you can actually play that in 4-color CGA. It is terrible.
Wait, white, black, gray, and...
Oh, cyan and magenta. Cyan and magenta vomit.
Oh, right. Yeah. Alley Cat. Like fucking Alley Cat.
Like fucking Alley
You guys remember Alley Cat, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
There's also a red, green, brown, blue version that is just... It's actual vomit. There's no variation in like color values for brighter or dark. It's all just mush. It's so bad.
Oh, it's terrible.
I thought the car looked bad before.
Oh yeah, it's terrible. And then Brandon, because you can't put Space Quest 5 and 6 through like driver shenanigans. The driver architecture is entirely different. However, you can run those in DOSBox X. DOSBox X has Direct 3D shaders. And he's actually made a CGA shader. Why people would do this, I'm not entirely sure, but I love it. I love it so much. So
because the past, present, and future are colliding, man. I keep telling people that, and they don't believe me. But shit.
Yeah.
It's not the best looking shader, but that probably just helps what we're attempting to do here. So.
I like it.
It looked very, very close in the screenshots you posted. It looked very close. So what I'm thinking is, at the end of this month, my lovely wife, Mrs. SQH, is actually going on a business trip, and she'll be gone for an evening, and little SQH Jr. will be at his grandparents', so I will have the house to myself, and I'm thinking, you know what? Let's just do another marathon stream, and this time play not as God intended, but as Satan himself intended, just the absolute abject worst versions.
No, forget that.
Oh,
As Satan
bro.
himself wouldn't even intend.
No.
Yeah, Satan can do better. You're right. I agree.
No, but simply the worst versions ever. PC speaker audio, 4-color CGA.
Oh my god, there's bleeps and bloops.
Oh yeah, there's bleeps and bloops. And here's the thing. See, we omitted Space Quest 1 VGA in the last marathon stream because, like I said, we only wanted to play the best versions, and that means that version is entirely disqualified. But
Oh, man. So much hate.
but since
Much
we're
hate for that
doing
version.
this new like pain stream already has a code word on the SQH Discord. It's called the Pain Train. It's the Space
like
Quest Pain Train.
Sure.
So since we're doing the Pain Train, we are absolutely playing Space Quest 1 VGA. However, there was also an EGA version of Space Quest 1 VGA. Don't ask why. There's a 16-color version of it.
What?
And Pickle Dog's CGA driver also works with that one, so we can play Space Quest 1 VGA in 4-color Alley Cat CGA. Yes, we can. And we will.
I just want to point this out too, and if no one said it yet, Sierra is also the people who made that expansion for Diablo, which is like the only Diablo related game to ever not be canonized because he did such a shitty job with it, and the company was falling apart all around them as they made it. And it's not bad. I mean, I like having more classes and more quests and stuff, but yeah, people hate it. It's great though.
Fantastic. Oh, hey, in the chat, would Daniel asked, does your wife know you're streaming? Shouldn't you be streaming in the car right now? See, my wife is at work, kids at daycare, and there's a whole mess with my current work situation that I won't get into right now. But for the next couple of months, I will be able to stream in the mornings here. So, and that's, what we're going to do. But we were playing the Macintosh version here. So the reason why we're doing this is not part of the Pain Train. The Pain Train can get so much worse. This version is super fascinating, and this is why I wanted to play it, because my friend Jess Morissette, Decaf Jedi, already played this on his stream, and he figured out how to bump this thing to like double window size. So when I did my old Space Quest on Different Systems video, I had footage from this, but it was all grainy and a little mushy because the window was so small. When you blow it up, you get artifacts and shit. So now I'm playing it again with the window in double size, so the quality is a little nicer. And the reason why we're doing this, the reason why this version is so fantastic and so interesting is because of all these menus you get. So you got your standard file, restart game, restore game, save game. Revert will just restore the last save game you had. This is an interesting option. Edit, why is this here? But this apparently has to do with the parser. Like you can copy
Macintosh law.
Yeah.
The edit menu is Macintosh law.
Anyway. So yeah, if you typed a very special and lovely command in that you just want to keep in your clipboard forever and ever, you can mark it and copy it. Like that one, for instance. Everyone loves that one. So we just mark that. Copy.
Can't hit F3 to save it, huh?
It's now in the clipboard forever. Mine is a terrible thing to waste. Also, you can use the mouse, but yeah, it's the Macintosh version, so obviously you can. Special is very special. We can bump up the animation speed, which I think we actually should do. Set it to fast. That means I get shot in a minute. Sound volume up and down. Probably should do something about that. Menu bar showing. This is just fucking pointless. Look at this. It went away, but it's still there. What is this? It's like, this.
You don't get the space back, but it's gone.
It's so, you know what? It's like
If the menu bar really kills your what's the word?
Well, the
Oh, it's 2
immersion.
a.m. and I
Immersion.
can't think. Immersion.
I got
Thank you.
it. Yeah, immersion in reality. They probably
Yeah.
just said, "Oh, players will like having a screen that's one less than a centimeter bigger." But,
Yeah.
but
It's like
I'm
here you
actually
go.
in the game now because of the
little-
black bar at the top.
Yeah, just ignore the buttons on the
Big
left.
ugly
Yeah,
icon.
what are those buttons? Like, why is there a Sierra button that says menus?
I'll
Like,
get
what
to
does
that.
it-
I'll get to that.
Oh boy.
First of all, check out the direction menu. This is
Wait.
so fucking stupid. You can
That's beautiful.
control Roger.
That's fun at least, yeah, but wait. That's how you have to move?
You don't have to, but you can. And I don't think anyone in their right mind would ever do that. Oh, I almost made it through the door.
Challenge. It's for a challenge, okay?
Oh, God. Oh, see, you can also click anywhere on the screen to do this. This is me moving him around with the mouse. So there's literally...
Oh yeah, I saw a version like that, but it was with the better graphics.
I think Amiga supports.
Yeah, the Amiga version. Yeah.
mouse.
Oh, okay, that was probably what it was.
And now we get to the really interesting shit. Verbs. So you get predefined verbs.
It's a scum game now.
It's a scum game now. It's a point and click game now. So you can you can select look, and then you get to type something in to the parser. So it's really, if you can't be bothered to type the word look, you can select it from a menu instead.
Well,
For people who want to play one-handed.
Wow, I don't think I
be
ever
nice,
saw
be
this.
nice to those pirates, okay? They just want to play their SQ, okay?
Is there a Macintosh version for Space Quest 2? Asks Guy from Andromeda in the chat. Imagine walking through the root monster like that. Yes, there is. There's a very... And I will get to that one because they actually expanded this wholly useless point-and-click interface. I will say this. You cannot finish the game with just these commands. And the worst part of it all is at the bottom there's this one called Other. If you select this one, it just pops up the parser bar, the type in bar. And the reason why this is so worthless is because if I just hit cancel, if I just start typing anything, it pops up anyway. So why in the name of fuck would you go all the way up here to Other and just get the same... I just don't get it.
You're really looking for stuff to program in.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
then-
Like, we're on the... Gosh, we gotta put menus up in this bitch.
Yeah. And then there's Do It, which has predefined actions for stuff to do. Look at room, look at panel, look at door, look at man, look at screen.
Are these different in each room, or?
They are not. And this
Okay.
is so fantastic. So look at room is kind of useful. Let's just get through the general room description.
only two of them are like ubiquitous. All the rest of them are just like, oh, you have to be on the ship, or
Yeah.
maybe,
And
you'd be on a
think
ship,
there's
or
a
maybe,
non-automatic door in the whole game.
Yeah. And
We get, well, how many is that? 5 looks and then 1 open.
yeah, and here's the thing about the open one. Open the door
okay.
does absolutely is the most useless option in the entire game because check this out. All the doors in Space Quest 1 open automatically.
Right.
You have no reason to
manual.
use that command at all. All right, let's just get the scientist out of the way, and
Listen,
then I'll.
bro, they probably just graduated college. They're like, hey, we need a sophomore project to break into the video game world.
Oh shit. Okay, so let's just get the scientist out of the way, and then I'll show you what happens over on the left side here.
Let's just get the scientist out the way. It's like, oh, hey, I've been killed already. Scientist.
So do it. Look at man. Hey, I solved the puzzle using the point and click interface. Yeah. Astral body. Go to sleep. And he did. Okay, so over on the left side, you've got menus. This just turns off the top bar again. So
Wait, you have like 4 different commands for that?
yeah. This
And
was
wait. There's a spaceship in the way corner there.
Oh, this thing. This is
Yeah.
this is
Oh, okay.
this is the standard Macintosh task switcher They just gave it a
Okay.
funny little
Yeah, it's the
icon.
same account icon, which
Okay.
for Space Quest
I'm-
is a little.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I've used a Mac maybe twice in my whole
Oh,
life.
I have no idea. You would not believe the amount of hoops I had to go
Man.
through just to get this to run, and it's very simple. But so on the left, so as you can see there's a little 3 here in the status. Those are my points. So if I were to go up here and kick the dude, that should go down to 2 because you lose a point for kicking the dead scientist. And it did. So we should
Is
probably
that cumulative? Like, if you keep kicking him, will you keep losing points?
That's actually a good point. So that's a good question. So let's go to special, and wait, wasn't there a retype? No, there actually isn't. So
F3?
well, that works. Yes,
It's
but
redisplay message.
it does not.
No.
Just displays this weird little. Okay. Well, let's
Yeah.
At
get
least
going
it
again.
pauses it. It looks like it pauses it, at least.
Yeah. Nope. You just
Okay.
lose 1
Okay,
point.
nothing.
Is this working?
Hello.
I hear
Which
you.
part
Yeah,
is
it's
working?
working.
Do yeah. Okay.
Hey, potato.
I can hear
I've
you.
been struggling with the stupid microphone, and it says I'm perpetually talking. Oh, right, because I've got another thing.
It's okay. We
That
can hear
said
you.
a certain way.
It's all good.
Well, yeah, sure. It's just a little Discord thing.
So the status window is actually really awesome. For all the shit I'm giving this version, the status window is your inventory and your points, and it's also a look at inventory sort of thingy jiggy. And
That
you
looks like the one from Hugo 1.
It does, doesn't it? See, the only
Yeah.
thing that's not terribly cool about this is
Mackie.
that you can't no. Good lord. So for the longest time I thought, okay, so you only get like the description of it. But no, the pop-up inventory thing actually does show up down here. Good lord, I've
It's the
never
most
known.
Windows thing you could do to a game is make a
Mm.
thing like this. That's awesome.
And yes, and I love the very unhelpful, if you can't count, you are carrying 1 object. Thank you. And so now it's back to useless. If you click input, guess what happens?
It's the same as the thing in the menu, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
it's look.
hey, it retyped the last command.
There's your F3. There you
There's
go.
my F3. So if I type doesn't understand jiggle. Oh, you will. Yeah, that's the retype command. Okay, cool. I didn't know that.
There you go.
There we go. And look just gives you the generic look room description, so that's the same as going up here to look at room. And then
That's
it's
pretty
just
handy.
and then it's just
Especially since Space Quest doesn't accept look on its own.
that's true. I actually don't know what version this is based on. 1.12. See, that's weird. So it's based on an
That
early
basically
version.
means nothing.
Is the
In my
Ken egg in this?
experience with the Apple II version and the Amiga, it's like an internal name for those.
For that
cards.
port?
So it's not
Yeah.
based on. It's not like based on version 1.0x because. Oh, we hear
No, you
footsteps.
have to respect the code. I think. Oh,
That's all right.
And you did.
We lost a point anyway.
I seriously like that font. That's a really nice font.
Yeah, me too. So let's restart.
What's revert do?
Revert just restores the last save game you had.
Last one you used or the last one on the list?
The last
Hey,
one
that
you
sound
used.
sounds okay.
Sounds okay. So let's see. Ken? No. However, Scon... No! They took out Scon's Easter egg!
What about Dave?
Dave?
That's if you do Ken again.
Oh, okay.
Alright. So,
Fair
let's
enough.
do this for real now.
That's
Let's
that
actually
one.
try and play the game.
Potato, you're my boy. I miss you.
Alright, so that's... But I am not going to use the menus to actually play through this because that would be pointless.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to do something else this year. Thank you.
We'll be
just
here.
noticing that trumpet there on status. There's like a pixel that keeps flickering. I think it does it when a sound effect is played.
Oh, really? We
Yeah,
have
just
to
watch
check
it.
this out. Because we have
I'm
to go
not
back.
totally sure, but that's gotta be like the most pointless, gooey thing I've ever seen.
We have to see that. We have to see. So that actually indicates if a sound effect is playing or not.
Yeah, keep a close eye on that. Oh no, it didn't do it.
It didn't do it, no.
I saw it doing it a bit ago. Oh, maybe it was the compression. Oh,
Could
wait,
be a
there it
compression.
was.
Maybe
I saw
it's
it do it when his door opened.
maybe it's the emulator.
Could be. If it's just vector, you know.
Or maybe it just redraws the entire screen every time something happens in the game, and sometimes it flickers. Yeah, I don't know. Did Mac ever have the Ken Easter?
Worse.
If you turn off the sound, does it go away?
I
Is there
think
a
it does.
disable sound?
Oh, hey, look at
There
that.
is disable sound.
Title found, retrieving. Let's disable the sound. Yep.
Yeah.
It grays out.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Get cart. Yay. Actually, let's just make sure saving the game works. Let's see. How the hell do I get to my... Where's my SQH disk? There it is.
I'm
New
gonna look
folder.
up which version was the first port outside of the PC. Something tells me,
question.
yeah, none of them probably had a.
Yeah, I think
What they
the
kept
Ken Egg was
getting.
before porting.
Well, what's interesting is that the Scott Easter egg is also taken out, and that is in every version of the IBM PC version up until like version 2.2, the one that's sold with the collections. So it's really interesting that that's not in here.
I know that it's not in. I know that the Ken one's not in the Apple II version. I totally forgot about Scott, or I would have checked. I can do that at the same time you're playing this, though. Just pull it up on Apple Win.
You're very much an
Turbo
above
it up,
and
you
beyond
know,
sort
save
of
myself
person.
some pain.
You're very much an above and beyond person, Epic. So self-destruct
Where that
mechanism.
timer go?
That timer actually moves slower than it does in the IBM PC version. Oh, look at the nice.
The
little-
ST and Amiga versions are the same year as the DOS one, but I need to check the dates. They're
Let's see if I
both
can one-shot
December.
this.
So 2 months after the PC version, Amiga and ST got theirs. So out of any of them, that would probably be on one of those. But
I don't think so.
the version I found are at least probably the last version on that system or something. Like they had a different number, like 1.2 or something like that. So who's to say that that the version that I tested that in, because I did test for Ken in both of those. Who's to say that it's not the first version on those?
I think because these versions were made a bit after. Oh shite!
Yeah. Wow.
It's like what
Well
happened
then.
to me today, doing
Well
the
then.
Apple II footage. I didn't know he could appear on there, or I'd totally forgotten.
Oh yeah, and
Oh,
not
yeah.
20 years.
Yep.
and not just that. If you go up in
If
the
he does, you're
elevator
screwed.
or
Yeah, if you-
whatever,
Yeah, you go in the elevator. He sometimes.
you get stuck because the only thing you can do is go out of it
No,
and
sometimes.
get shot.
No, sometimes.
And
No. See. Sometimes if you
They
go in the
usually
elevator,
walk away.
if a Saren guard appears on screen and you go in the elevator, then the Saren guard will go, "Oh, so you're going up the elevator, right? One of my friends will take care of you," and then he leaves. I'm dead now.
I had it glitch where I tried to hide behind the other side of the elevator, but I didn't quite have enough time before he shot me. But it warped me to right in front of the elevator to do the death
That
animation.
was great.
Oh,
I caught
awesome!
a clip of that
can I say
in the
something?
Discord.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm a big Star Trek fan, and people hate the way Roger looks in this game before he puts on the spacesuit. But
I
I
love
always
it.
thought it was like Captain Kirk's
Why?
uniform in the very, very first Star Trek movie.
It
That
does.
just white,
Oh,
white gray
his
pajama
admiral
thing.
uniform.
yeah, that white gray pajama thing they were all wearing.
Yeah, that not everybody liked.
No, I
You're
didn't like
sure
it
it's
either.
in there.
I didn't like it either. I'm just, oh my gosh.
As you can
But
see,
the best part is when Bones beams aboard. It's just like, don't worry, this movie is timely, and it will hold up for future generations, and nothing will ever place this movie as a moment in time. And he literally beams aboard, and he's wearing like a 70s disco hipster outfit. It's just like, with
Yes.
a long beard. It's like, oh, I see Bones has just been getting stoned and wasted every day since he retired.
Which would actually make sense. Bones would look like the sort of person to just hang back and smoke some space pipe. Sweet Potato Moose asks, are all the Sierra Mac portions weird?
You need the gear.
Just the...
What are you doing, dude?
Have you not done yet?
Yeah.
Where is my mind?
I distracted him with laughter, and so he just went laughing into the shuttle bay.
Now we have to do this thing again, which is okay. I was walking around the screen going, is the guard going to show up so I can show you the elevator thing? Actually, you know what? If I go up a level again, there's a
I think in this version, he only shows on specific screens.
much
if you
greater
remember
chance. Yeah, here we go. There you go. As you slip away, the alien decides that one of his comrades will take care of you, and then he fucks off. And you're good.
That's exactly right. He just drops his pants and starts fucking off.
Also, of
Because if you
note-
remember the previous versions, the guards don't work; they simply never show up. So this one they got them working.
What is the point of the lights in this room? I've always wanted to know. They're just there to
You
like.
look at them, and it says they shouldn't be flashing. It looks like something's gone wrong with the generator, I think.
Oh shit! Not again.
So yeah, they do have look messages.
Yeah, I'll check. Hang on. Let's just revert. Are you sure you want to revert to the safe game named Arcata? I do indeed. The timer's a little weird in this one.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to ask when I came on because I've had weird issues with the microphone, and I've got what's the term? Open back headphones
Phones
on.
is the- yeah.
I'm not hearing like a looping echo through the stream, but is it coming up on your end there, Trolls?
Nope.
No,
Okay,
No
good.
looping echo.
'Cause I had that.
sounds perfect.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
wearing
cool.
open back head. Well, the microphones don't pick them up.
Well, I did have that problem when I was doing the recorded footage for Space Coast 1 Apple II, but that's a loud ass, basic piezoelectric little beep, just screaming as loud as it can. Of course, it's going to pick that up if I'm sitting like a foot away.
Yeah.
So I guess this is an exception.
So do you guys play
in
did you guys ever
Apple
play
One
the
right
other
now.
ones like King's Quest and stuff too?
Apple II does have the Scott egg.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Yep,
so
can confirm.
Interesting.
It's
Just
funny
this
how
one
much.
doesn't.
Yeah, and it's weird with this port because it'll probably show up in the footage too. There's animation frames missing of Roger going up and down in most of his suits. There's things like the laundry machine near the end of the game, spoilers, where there's like one animation frame. I think it's with his head upside down, completely cut out. And
Yeah.
I think there was like one or two other little things. Oh,
Is that
there's
the Apple II or
storming-
2GS?
the 2, not the 2GS. The 2GS is cool.
Yeah, I noticed the same thing with King's Quest 3. Alexander's walking animation is only like 2 frames, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like a whole bunch of stuff was cut out.
yeah,
But it's
And he'll
funny
just
how they-
an animal
save
say
disk
things like
space something. Oh, that
There's
is
random
animals
bits
say
of
things like-
animation cells that are cut out. There's a lot of sound that's been completely just not even attempted to be reproduced here on the Apple II version. But they keep things like the random meteorite death there north of the Orat Cave. And this Easter egg. Like the priorities on what they're including is just so strange to me.
Yeah, and apparently the Apple II versions, like the ones that you're playing, were like the 8-bit systems, like just the worst possible systems you could try and squeeze these games into. So they really had to cut corners everywhere they could, except apparently including like waving flags and alligator animations and all this shit.
Yeah. All those alligators, they were in the Apple II version. Of course, I
It's
checked.
so weird. All right, let's head off to Corona.
Our dogs look like alligators. That's weird.
Yeah, you would know, wouldn't you?
I am curious about the Coco 3 ports of what was it? King's
I
Quest
want to see
3 and
those.
Larry 1.
Oh,
If
look at
there's
that!
anything
Hi-Res.
cut. Oh,
I own King's
it's
Quest
always
3, but I haven't been
weird,
able to
but
play it.
really cool.
Yeah, it's like the one other 8-bit system Sierra released AGI games on.
Oh, the dithering on the sand is making my head hurt. All right.
Don't mind me. I'm just chuckling at just how bizarre this is. You know,
I
it's
must have
surreal
played
for
too
me.
many TI calculator games. This doesn't phase me any.
Yeah.
You know what?
I played this.
Oh,
played
we
this
used
game
to
in
play.
Hercules.
I failed every algebra class I ever had except for intermediate algebra, which I got a B in. And we spent the whole time just playing different games on our T80 things, playing stuff like Mario or Tetris and stuff.
Hey, actually, a quick little aside. Not that this is, I mean, this is really nerdy shit, but when you exit the pod on Corona, on the surface there, version 2.2, Roger comes to a full stop. Like, he exits the pod, he just stands next to the pod. But in earlier versions, version 1.0x on the IBM PC, he sort of keeps moving, like he was, like he's going someplace. And then he sort of bumps up against the pod, and then he comes to a stop. And in this version, he was moving and bumped up against the pod and came to a stop. So this is based on an earlier version than the version that you get with the collections these days.
I believe the Apple II version did the same thing. I seem to remember that behavior.
Yeah. Yeah, it does the same thing when you get out of the skimmer, if we ever get that far. Oh, so, and that's, I mean, that is super nerdy detail to remember, I know. Oh, hey, hang on.
Hey, it is useful though for trying to figure out what real version of the game it is. Little things like that. They're telltale signs, you know.
So, climbing hole. Always do this. Whenever you get to an alien planet, you see a hole in the wall, in you go. This is still beautiful, no matter how many colors
This
it's
has
in.
been survival advice from trolls.
Also, there's no like death music. And that's the other fucked up thing about the Apple II versions that Potato's playing, is that every time music plays or sound plays, the whole computer just freezes. Like playing sound is such a mammoth task that it has to dedicate every resource it has to just playing that one sound, and the entire game just
same
freezes.
with the Coco version too.
Yep. Yeah.
And it draws the backgrounds on the screen in real time.
Well, there was no official version for the Coco 3 of Space Quest 1.
No, I mean AGI games.
Yeah.
Hang on. Did I get a point for taking the plant? Because that's another telltale sign that this is an earlier version. It's 39 now.
There's a version that does that?
I think we were talking about that on the marathon stream. That there's a version where you get points for taking the plant, and there's another version where you don't. Unsubstantiated rumor is what I would call that, because I haven't actually checked that myself. I didn't get a point for taking the plant here.
Don't know if I did it on the Apple II version. Because I do that out of habit.
Yeah, you take the plant? Yeah, I do that now
I
as well,
didn't even know you
because
could do that.
I had no idea you could do that until very, very recently, when John Paul Sassford Erich Kogel played through the Space Quest, and he went on the Discord and he was like, what does the plant do in Space Quest 1? And we were like, oh, you use that with the Great Monster. And he said, no, I'm playing the 16 color like AGI version. What does the plant do there? Oh, you can't take the plant in the AGI version. And he's like, yeah, you can. Really?
Yeah.
And we all went back and checked and was like, holy shit, you can.
Sure enough, yeah. I think I learned about it looking at the list of items for the game and put 2 and 2 together years and years ago.
It's just weird. It's like
other plants.
Oh, hello, Spider Droid. Yay! Oh, he's so cute. He just wants a friend.
Okay, I need to check this with you guys. The PC version, the Spider Droid stays there, right? He doesn't come back down when you come back up.
Oh yeah, he comes back. He sort of drops from the sky. Yeah.
Yeah, so he does fall a second time normally.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, the game doesn't remember that he has arrived.
Okay.
And actually, in the Space Quest 1, the movie thing that I did, since he fell twice when I was recording the footage, I actually just have 2 spider droids running after him instead of 1. And I also did a nifty little animation of one of the sandworms eating one of the spider droids. Hey, you're gonna love it. Okay, so sit on geyser should not work because that was a late addition. That's actually in here.
What? I never knew about that.
Oh, really?
What?
Okay.
Anything for real? What did you do? What did you do?
Sit on geyser, which was
Huh.
I get it. Oh,
which does not
you know
work.
what? You know what? You know what? I get it because it would be like blasting yourself in the ass.
Yes, it would be like a tiny little bidet. No, but the thing about this message is that it was a late addition. It's not in version 1.0x on the IBM
Too
PC.
early in the morning to be talking about.
But anyway, so it's this version is late enough that they put this message in, but it's early enough that they didn't fix, him constantly walking. This is a very interesting version. Put Rock and Geyser off, you scoot. Jiminy Jim. Let's see if I can actually navigate this horrible... I can't even... He's stuck on the rock. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Okay, for those of you
click
just...
walking without pathfinding is just horrid. I don't even know why using it.
I can't exit the screen. I have to click all the way up to the end of the screen. No, he's stuck on a wall somewhere.
Yeah.
I'll just
Use
use
the
these. There you go. Just use the air. Oh, that is a nice
Every
sound.
headphone user.
Yeah. Very sorry about that, everyone.
It's not as bad as something else I heard earlier today, but doesn't make it any gentler.
Oh, you piece of...
Oh yeah, all the sounds so far have been pretty identical to the DOS version except for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Jomsy and Swibble guys, then the animation is super fluid. Well, it's I think this uses the same animation, all the same animation as the IBM PC version. They somehow managed to squeeze that onto the discs, I guess. Okay, let's see. Underground. You think I can one-shot this with the mouse? I don't.
I don't either, but I want to
Nope.
see it.
I got it. I was nowhere near that. Come on. All right. I like the revert option. Why is that not in the IBM PC version?
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Also,
Skills.
also an interesting feature that I forgot to show earlier is let's look. Crap,
Wait,
let's
what does
just get-
revert do again?
Revert restores the last save game you saved.
Oh, because there's a quick load in the PC version. That's probably why it's not there.
Is there? Is there a quick load? Oh, yeah, there's
I
a
think
Yes,
F7.
so.
good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Quick load.
It's like
Mm,
I'm pretty sure.
Shift F7 or something?
that doesn't sound familiar.
No,
You
it
know
doesn't.
what? I'm gonna load it up. I'm gonna check real quick. I was pretty sure, but yeah, now
Yeah,
now
I
I wanna
think-
know.
I know. Of course, F7 is the hotkey for restore, and it will automatically
Yeah.
put you at the
There's no
at the
quick
last
load.
save game you saved. Not as far as I know.
Just
Anyway,
save,
I will
restore,
say,
restart,
like-
quit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Check this
saying.
out.
Restore is the same as.
check this
And
out.
if your machine is decent, it's quick.
Check this out. There's a redisplay message option under special, which is actually really cool. So if
That's-
you miss,
Yeah.
if you miss a text window, it'll redisplay the last message that you got. That's actually pretty
I don't
useful.
know.
That's something I really wanted to see in the IBM PC version. And he kept walking when I went into this screen, which is, well, thankfully there's a big wall for him to collide his fat head into. Otherwise, we would have been boned.
I can't see anything. Are we boned? Yeah, we're boned.
Yeah, we're boned.
I love Futurama. GIF. I've made it with a woman. Form a man.
Never seen a single episode.
That's too bad. It's like Space Quest, but like Space Quest was like a long-running animated TV show, which it should have been.
And it's all nerd jokes.
All right, let's do some.
There's
Orex
a
stuff.
lot in there.
There's one of my favorite nerd jokes in Futurama is when they're at the horse race, and one of the announcers says, "This horse won by a quantum finish," and then Professor Farnsworth tears up his ticket and goes, "No fair! You change the outcome by measuring it."
Great laugh.
That is so nerdy.
Spotted droid? Oh, sorry, little guy.
Hello, how you doing? Oh, you're so cute. Okay, everyone
my-
lost their
my-
shit when I did this at the mega stream.
Yep. I was always
I
too
wish you
scared to
didn't miss
go away from the rocks when I was a kid, so I've never tried going away.
And also, you can just scoot right past Orat. Whoop.
That was close.
Wow, he just ignores you.
He completely
Yeah.
ignores you.
Didn't know that.
And he should keep moving now that I pick up the part. Yeah, he does.
I don't even know Orat likes Roger.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey, Woozle.
yeah. I that's the version
Woozle.
I played a long time ago. Back in the early 2000s, my brother gave me this CD that he had burned with a whole bunch of classic games we grew up playing, and he included, of course, versions of Space Quest 1 through 5 for me. And that was the first time I actually got to play Space Quest 1 was from that CD, right? And then, so I'm playing it, and I was just so stunned that every time I picked up an item, I started to move again. I'm like, no, stop it, you're gonna rock off the cliff.
So that must have been an early version then. Oh, hey, Swivel
think
Guy's
so.
in the.
It was
Swivel
still
Guys in the chat
colored, though.
asks,
It still had color, though. So
does it
later
work for
than this,
multiple messages or just repeat the last one? Just the last one, which is weird. Oh, hey, let's have a drink then. Drink water. Downside, there's now a Roger Wilco-shaped silhouette on the wall behind the flesh explosion that just occurred. That is a hard word to say.
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun.
True, you're right by the explosion. Yeah, never mind the outline. Outline. Poor Roger is covered in speckle.
The smell too. It's a wonder nobody at the spacebar remarks that you kind of smell like dead Orat.
Roger probably doesn't even notice because apparently his suit is space-proof, so it must be airtight.
That's so
Also,
weird.
also, Roger's a janitor, so between all the stuff he's had to smell to clean, and all the stuff he's had to smell to like use, like his cleaning
Yeah.
supplies and stuff, he's probably
He's used
like
to it.
dead. He probably has no
The
sense
sense
of
of smell.
taste
I
anymore
think he
or
burnt
smell.
out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all probably burnt out from all those chemicals or something.
All right.
Oh, you have to be known to have cleaning
It
products.
will be like ooh.
That was
No, but it will be like the Dewey Cox movie when he goes like, "Oh, can't you smell that, Dewey? We're smoking weed." And he goes dramatically. He goes, "No, Sam, I can't."
all right. For some reason, I now insist on doing the acid drops with the mouse. Oh, don't fall! Don't fall! Oh, that was close. Hey, that guy in the chat. How's tricks?
I do like to live dangerously.
Yes.
Hey! Oh!
Oh,
do
that
you
reminds
think-
me of something funny. I was talking to my friend the other day, right? And he goes, and we were talking about our names, like our real names, right? And he goes like, "I'm gonna change my name to Justin Powers." And I'm like, "You mean like Justin quote quote Danger Powers?"
Do you think
Alright,
I can one
I'm
shot?
taking a screenshot of this. So the sit on geyser little clip,
still
it is
slicing
on the
through the
Apple II
balcony.
version, but there's a typo. Anything for a trill.
A trill? Oh, interesting. Hang on.
Predicting Star Trek, huh?
Uh-huh. Let's just go
Wait,
back
what?
and check. Oh, well, we have to go.
Trill,
for-
huh?
No, I think we can't check because
Yeah,
once you
we
put the
wouldn't see
rock
that.
on. Ah, that's good. I'm pretty sure they spelled thrill right in this version. And we can go back and
It
check in
did.
the VOD.
Oh, you know what I was
Yeah.
so sad about the
I
other
didn't
day?
catch that before.
You know what I was so sad about Historian the other day? I had to go out with my dad and we had to do some errands and some chores. So I completely missed the beginning of SQ5. And there's so many Star Trek moments in there and so many.
It's
Other
pretty much all
references.
Star Trek moments.
Yeah.
I know.
Absolutely.
What was a popular show? You know? It was.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Nice, clean, crisp text. Hey, Dead God says, my internet decided to crap out when you went live. Did I miss anything important? No. Why would you think that? Isn't there an extra guy
Just the
working the
stream.
machines? Oh, okay. Yeah. 6858, they didn't change the code. Okay, do you guys think I can one-shot the skimmer with the mouse? I wouldn't bet on it.
You now have
Kentucky,
to
dude.
take it out of the computer again?
Sorry? Oh, shit! Brandon, you're right.
Dude,
Oh, dude, I almost did it bad. Oh, yeah.
about to doom Xenon
Yeah.
to Darkhold.
Oh, that is...
Xenon 2, huh? I was just playing that the other day to steal some stuff for the game I'm producing.
That's a great game.
I love Xenon 2. It's so beautiful. It's a little too short for me in present day, but I mean, oh my god, we played that like every other day when I was a kid. And that song, Xenon 2 Mega Blast for Boom the Bass.
Okay, this is on fast, by the way, so I'm... Oh, God! Oh, no! I'm clicking the mouse, nothing's happening.
Gonna one shot this.
It just went to the right and just stayed there.
Okay, there is a way you can use the mouse though. You've got the direction menu.
Oh, no!
Oh, right.
Hey,
Click it.
But wait. You see the Family Guy Star Wars when they start chasing the Millennium Falcon? That's your maneuver? You're just listing lazily to the left. Oh, they're going left. Man, this guy knows some maneuvers.
Okay, I'm just gonna stay over here. This is going by really fast. Okay, I said I was gonna stay over there, and I probably should have.
Angry Birds, use that slingshot.
Okay, we're
The
gonna stay over
only
here
form
now.
of strategy I know with this particular minigame is like it is statistically less likely for the rocks to appear where they just appeared. So it's not perfect.
We may have a no
try.
So
We may be on a no left rock run.
Ah,
Have a
so
look.
I'm just gonna pretend that this is all good. I'm just gonna stay here. So
Sometimes
far, it
orange,
hasn't
you
gone.
just put rocks there.
Oh,
Is
there's
this-
one.
Oh,
I'm
I
still
was gonna
good.
say, was that a thing?
Hey!
Yeah, I've heard it. I've had runs where there's the rocks on the left. Yeah,
What the hell?
I've had this twice.
Weird. Yeah,
Hang
I
on,
never
is
noticed
that-
that.
No. Hang on. I think I just got lucky. The placement of the rocks is random, right?
Yes.
Normally, yeah. But if the
It's very rare. This is very
randomizer
rare.
code is trash,
I mean, there was no way I was going to be able to actually play that sequence the way it was going because it was going so fast.
it kinda
Never mind
reminds
using
me
the
of the.
mouse or keyboard. No.
It
All
kind of reminds me of the old trick in Zelda 2 with Shadow Link where you just duck in the corner and spam the attack. You'll take hits, but it's almost a guarantee that you'll kill him in the process.
All right. He
So-
actually stayed put
Yeah,
when
that
I
must be
exited
a
the skimmer. So now I'm thinking my memory is borked, and he actually just stops when he exits the skimmer. Not that that's really terribly important, but there's that.
I can check my footage, but I think he does
I think he stops
walk
when you get out of
step
the.
out of the skimmer on Apple 2.
All right, and yay! I managed to block his way. Hey,
Yes, it's Malcolm.
Let's
Where
go.
do you think you're going?
get out of the way, you geek! No, mine. Come back here! And then you go up here, and he's magically disappeared. All right, let's go have a beer. That is so loud.
You can
least
right
it's
click on
there.
the stream and lower the volume. I get it down to like 40%.
I
I
have
just-
it muted. I have it muted entirely, just so I don't hear like an echo of like the conversation, because it would just make me like go like, okay, we all said that 5 seconds ago. Weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I-
it doesn't keep up with-
band?
It doesn't keep. Yeah.
Oh,
it's,
there's three bands. There's CC Top, and there's these guys, and there's Blues Brothers.
Well, and,
Oh, they're
and
the
this
Blues Brothers.
song. Do people know what this song is from? Or yeah.
No, actually,
the
I
intro.
don't. I actually don't.
So, it's a song by Styx. I'm trying to remember the name. It's on their greatest hit CD that my dad had. Too Much Time on My Hands. It's the intro on that.
It just
Almost
sounds like a
note for
regular
note.
blues, like a
Yeah,
blues
yeah.
thing.
They do the 12-bar blues on this version, but it's doing the same beat.
It also restarts the music every time a text box appears. Okay, so now we're up a key. Let's just look around. You'll have to be more specific. And it restarts. So every time there's a text box, the band starts the song over again.
Wow.
That's irritating.
That's irritating.
Yeah.
Okay, moment of truth. Moment of truth. Let's see if the slot machine has the cheat code in it. Oh, this is new. There's actually a point and click interface for the cheat. So I don't know. Oh, the text box does show up. Okay, so let's see. Enter number. Enter number? What number?
40,000 and buy that security robot. He'll help you out.
42.
Maybe, okay, let's enter
150.
255. Is that now how much cash I have? What? Also, the information about what you're supposed to get is sort of broken into two. What?
It's
What is
broken
that?
and you can't even see it.
So the icons appeared. Oh, here we go. This one wins one. I don't even know what that is. That text wasn't there a minute ago. Where do I see how much money I've got?
You have to look at your Bugazoids in your inventory, I think. Yeah. There you
Do
go.
a
No.
bet.
That doesn't tell
Okay.
me. Oh, you possess 31
There you
Bugazoids.
There you go.
So-
Here, there it is. So
Okay,
it
so
didn't work.
I don't know, because it brought up the enter number. What is
So
the
try
number?
150.
There's 3.
Try 150.
Oh, you know what it is. You know what it is. When you enter the cheat code in the DOS version, it pops up this menu that says 1 through 4 or 5 or whatever. What kind of what outcome you want? I can't remember which one is the
Oh,
diamond,
right.
but if I put in 3 and then I get diamonds.
Yep. Nice. Okay. Well, that helps.
And I think I have to do that every time. Let's see. Yeah, it's random. Hey, 1. Still 1.
Much more convenient.
All right, let's do 3 again. Okay, hey, James Howard asks, when are we going to get Space Quest 1 EGA reorchestrated? Funny you should say that. Very soon, actually. For the longest time, the music is done. I have reorchestrated it. I've even written some original music for the entire game, which is coming out as a sort of Space Quest the movie kind of thing. I was actually thinking of putting that on the record and then include the soundtrack from the game along with the music that I wrote, just because the soundtrack to Space Quest 1 EGA is very, very short. So it would take up like maybe 5 minutes on a single side of vinyl, so that would be a bit weird. Also, with the amount of exposure the vinyls are getting, I'm starting to get a little worried that Activision's sense of humor is going to run out about this. So putting like original music on the record would be a good way for me to say, you know what, look, I'm not breaking any copyright laws here. It's just it's music that I wrote, and they're, you know, Space Quest is in the title and stuff, but you guys don't own the Space Quest trademark anyway. So anyway. Hey, kick the machine. What happens if you kick machine? I've never tried that. That does not compute. All right.
Oh,
But it's interesting. This is as we've established now, this is a slightly earlier version than 2.2 that you get with the collection on the IBM PC. I mean, at least it's based off of an earlier version, but it does have the cheat code. So that's intriguing, I think. There seems to be a circuit failure. Cool. I love circuit failures. So now we are very, very, very rich. I'm going to save my game again.
My dad
Go ahead.
had no interest in the series whatsoever. But the one day I was playing, like, I was either playing this or I was playing Space Quest 4, and I go into the bar, and my dad comes up to check on me. He goes like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" And he sees Jake and Elwood up there. He's like, "Oh, I love those guys." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll bet."
Ooh.
Does anyone know what
Yeah.
song they're playing?
They're
No.
playing the Blues Brothers theme song.
Oh, it is.
I think
just
it was the
Blues Brothers.
intro.
Is that what that is?
That is the Blues Brothers theme song from their album.
How did that?
Oh, see, I've never heard it.
How
Because
did,
they
how
play
did they
it
get
when-
away with all
before
of
they
this?
go on stage.
I mean, it has all the same licks and stuff. It's not the exact same thing. Hold on,
Okay,
let me
so
get it for you.
the Easter egg of pissing against the side of Droids Are Us also works. This is also not in version 1.0x. It's only in later versions. So this is like an interim version where they, fixed some shit but not others. And it's Droids Are Us, not Droids Be Us. At least I think that's an R.
That's an
Pretty sure that's an R.
Yeah.
Oh wait, let's buy the ship first. Let's do this in the proper order. What fresh hell is this? Says the Wanderer. Well, it's Space Quest. Don't you recognize it? Oh, hang on. Let's buy the wrong ship. Hey, bucko. Let's get this one. I love this one. Enter ship. There's definitely something unique about it. You turn the key excitedly. Whee!
That's no starship.
Can I interest you in anything here? Can we do business? I nearly died. He's following me around. Does he do that in the other versions? As far as I remember, every time you stop talking to him or you buy a ship, he just goes back to his starting position and just stands there. Oh well, he's a little more pushy in this version.
I like the dithering on Tiny's shirt there.
Oh yeah.
He kind of looks like he'd be a real fun guy in the 80s.
It looks a bit like a Hawaiian shirt.
Not just that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever tried looking at Tiny.
I haven't. I think he's gone now. Actually, yeah, he pissed
Is
off.
he? Oh, okay. So
he disappears.
Hang on.
well, okay. I'll just wait for you to do it then. It's cool. I don't want to spoil the surprise.
Okay, let's revert.
That's the theme song, by the way. That thing they're playing there is just like the opening jig when they're playing the credits or something.
Okay, because I've only seen.
Hey, you couldn't even make out the
movies.
symbols on the stairway in the bar.
No.
Yeah, I know. They were just one solid color.
Oh my god! Look at him! Look at him! Just go for. Okay, I'm just gonna exit the screen,
Okay.
and then come back and just watch him make a beeline for Roger,
I know.
regardless of where you're going. It's oh god!
I know.
No! Get away from me! Get away from me! I'm
I
just gonna
see
go
the
up here.
potential for an indie horror game with that guy.
Yeah, but
Maybe for the next Adventure Jam.
when I first saw him in the EGA, I
Oh,
was
I
like,
forgot to
he
look
looks
at
like a
him, goddammit.
Nickelodeon character.
I forgot
That's
to
the
look
whole
at him.
point.
That was the whole
Yeah,
point of doing this.
yeah. Look at him. Just look at him. And I love the response that we'll give you. Or look, Blues Brothers. The boys are singing. They don't have time for you.
All right, look, dude. What can be said that isn't seen? A lot with this version, I think. Tiny is a large redskin-covered beast with the personality of a true
Racist.
salesman. Not a prime combination of traits.
Okay, that's a different response then, because the one I got was I was playing the EGA, one of the PC EGA versions, and the response I got when I said look at Tiny, it said to me something like, the shopkeep seems obese and fairly rotund. Anything but quote tiny.
I think that's the VGA version's description
Oh,
of him.
okay.
Yes.
Maybe that's what that is. Okay.
Look at him! Look at him go! This is
I know.
This is giving
He
me
just needs to make a
flashbacks to
Dude, he needs to make a sale so he can put dinner on the table, okay?
Oh my god! This is giving me like flashbacks to escorting Rosella back to Castle Daventry in King's Quest 3, where she just gets stuck on that fucking tree. I swear I was there for like 10 minutes just watching her mill around aimlessly around that tree. Oh, smell Tiny,
Well,
good one.
At least Tiny, yeah. Oh.
Oh,
At least Tiny,
no.
he stops and gives up to preserve his dignity.
Not in this version, apparently. See, in the IBM PC version, if you ignore him, he goes back to his starting position and just sits there. But in this version, for some reason, he just chases you around the screen until you give in, which is a little creepy, I feel. Hello. Will you chase me
Interesting
around the
little
pedestal
screen.
as well? No, he just fucks off. Tiny's got wheels, yeah. Joshua Benjamin Hemming in the chat says that the Blues Brothers theme is called I Can't Turn You Loose, and it's a cover of an old blues song from the 60s. Hey, we learn something new every day on this channel. By Droidypoo. Using your discount coupon. I forgot to show him the coupon. Apparently that works. Digirella says lick Tiny. You know, if you can't smell him, I very much doubt we can give him a tongue lathering.
Yeah. maybe in Space Quest 4 if he's floating around. I don't think he will.
I was
though.
so disappointed the first time I played Space Quest 5 and the tongue icon was not there. They replaced it with the orders button, and I was like, well, I guess it makes sense because you're a captain now, but it's still, why can't I have
Captains
a
don't
tongue?
lick shit.
Yeah.
I just checked my footage of my Apple II playthrough. When I get out of the skimmer, Roger does not just walk off.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that was probably fixed in every version. Like when you get out of the skimmer, he just stops there. I must have remembered wrong. By the way, I'm using a new wireless keyboard, and it's one of those wireless keyboards that has like a little transmitter, like this bulky thing that pops into USB. And it also has a PS2 plug on the other end. So this is like some
You
old
found a
school
wireless
shit.
keyboard with a full-size receiver?
I did.
No, they make them.
No, I found it in the
I
thrift
can't
store.
stand wireless.
That text box is.
Yeah, that text box
Yeah.
is nowhere. It's just it's like one of those sandworms is going, hey, wait a minute. Where do you think you're going with my ship?
Mm.
Off you go into
I have a
the
question.
purple. I'll just take the game's word for it that it's purple.
Yeah.
And off we
I
skip.
think that's a reference to an old story called "Off into the Blue Yonder." or
Yeah, it
something,
is.
I think.
It is. But because we were playing the Apple II GS version on the Mega Stream, and the sky has been recolored into a more desert-appropriate orange, but the text box still says "Purple Yonder." So that's
It sure does.
so weird. Why censor the text box? Oh, you mean this one or the "Where are you going with my ship" thing? Because the "Where are you going with my ship" thing usually is in the IBM PC version. It's usually this black text that pops up at the bottom of the screen. But and I think they just copy pasted it wholesale and forgot to readjust it for the high resolution.
The text box when he asks where you're taking his ship, I thought that was green.
His text
Yeah.
was
Green on-
teal,
green on
actually, but the
black.
window was black.
Or yeah.
The window's
Yeah.
black, yeah, but the text is weird. And since this is like a black and white thing, it's just the previous one.
Yeah, sure.
They've done this a bunch of times now. The "You Hear Footsteps" is also sort of hovering strangely near the bottom of the screen. Yeah, that text box
Yeah,
was
it's all
just everywhere. Sorry.
The
Yep.
Apple II version of that box, it's just white. It's just white on black.
Okay.
What were you saying, Pickle?
Sound.
Yeah, that was close or whatever that said. Zipped by
Yeah, that was
really
close.
I have
Yeah,
a
it's all because
question.
you normally rely on the vacant bottom space at the bottom of the screen on a PC, and this screen is filled all the way.
Yeah, and the resolution is different, and I'm actually not sure what this thing does because it's clearly running in a higher resolution than all the other versions. So I don't know if it does a bit of vector upscaling, all the stuff that Brandon was doing, and couldn't get to work properly because once you start upscaling vectors, you get like gaps in the lines, and you can't do a proper
And, well,
fill.
I'm just not smart enough to come up with algorithms to compensate.
I mean, no. See, it would be super interesting to find out if this is actually like upscaling the vector, or if it's just taking the bitmap image, the resulting bitmap, and just blowing it up. I am not an engineer, as you can tell.
It's not a 2x upscale. Looking at the planet or whatever in the background, there's stuff that's like 3x2 pixels.
Yeah, it's
I
got.
think it's 2x3 upscale, but we'd have to double check.
I have a question. It's gonna be a stupid question, but Remember, there's no dumb questions. Yes, you with the stupid question.
There are
No,
no
but
stupid
okay, here's my
questions.
question.
Right.
All these different versions of Space Quest that you've been showing us, and you've been talking about, and we've all seen, how did they ever turn a profit if they made like 18 different versions of each game?
Okay, that is actually a very
Well,
good
if
question.
The code
and
base is the same.
you have to look at it from a historical perspective. Now we're sort of used to, you have your PCs and your Macs and your Linuxes, and you can pretty much bounce any executable for any of the 3 platforms, so there's no issue there. And then you have consoles off to the side. But back in especially the 80s, have you ever heard of the big video game crash of the 80s?
E.T. killed us all.
Yes, the same thing also happened to the PC, kind of, because there were so many different personal computers. You had your Commodores, your Amigas, your Commodore 64s. You had your Ataris. You had your IBM PC and your IBM PC compatibles, which is kind of a misnomer because they were not compatible.
Like, there's so many.
There were so many different personal computers. So actually, having to. If Sierra had just focused on the IBM PC and nothing else, they would not have turned a profit at all, because there were a million different types of personal computers back in 1986.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's why there are so many different weird versions. And that's why when you get up to like Space Quest 5 and 6, there's just one version. There's just like the same version bound for.
I'm so
disappointed.
That's one of the things I'll always be mad at them for, that they never actually did a talking version of Space Quest 5.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I know.
That's a different reason. That's because Sierra told them to get off their asses and start turning a profit, or they would shut the studio down. Which is a bit of a pisser in hindsight, but there you go.
I figured it was like an
Armageddon
allotted
hates Sierra.
dynamics budget issue or something.
Oh, you
Or they
piece
couldn't
of
have
shit!
He
no.
locked the door.
That was
He'll come back.
quick.
Come back.
Yeah, he'll come back.
Oh,
well,
and
yeah.
Apple II version, it's Droids Be Us.
Oh, I've never seen him on the screen before. Hey, cool.
Yeah. Follow him back, you get an extra shot of him. It's neat.
What if you follow him through the door? Oh, if you follow him.
a
Oh,
walk.
okay.
Yeah, like you just did.
Huh.
All right, because I thought you meant just keep following him through the next door and get shot.
No, you can't follow him.
Okay, let's do this.
Roger, you want to play in that force field? It looks cool.
All right, close trunk.
Good
Get
evening,
on.
everybody.
Oh, good evening. Was that a Woozle?
Hello.
Oh no, that's Mickwell. Hey, Michael. Climb trunk. Get on trunk. Get on the fucking trunk. Get on trunk. Okay, that
Yeah,
worked.
stop
Climb
getting
trunk did.
sometimes too.
Okay, interesting. UC knifey. Climby venti.
Yeah, and there's a variation on using the knife that it
Wait,
tells
wait.
you to get off the box too. It's always trips me up.
Yes.
I think I say like pry vent with knife, and it gives me that false hint.
Yeah, the false get off the trunk before you do anything. You know,
I'm laughing because the way you said that reminded me of Simpsons when Homer got smart for an episode. So he's just like, tomorrow, you notice, he's like, tomorrow let's plan a trip to the library. You notice I no longer say library or tomorrow.
No, what does he say? He goes, I've read everything from Hop on Pop to Death Be Not Proud, and notice you only say library. Yeah, that's classic. Classic.
Burnswell
Hey, that's
also
not the
has
same
a good
episode
point
where-
about why there are so many versions and how they could turn a profit. There weren't nearly as many games around to compete with, and that's also a very important.
Oh yeah, and not just that. I just thought of something. It was
He kept
you could get
moving when I
away.
got out.
You could get away with selling like the same game to somebody. Like there's a couple games like Crystal Caves and what's the other one? Secret Agent.
Yeah.
It's almost identical. Like oh yeah, there's a couple
Mhm.
palette swaps or something, and there's a couple different like enemies.
Yeah.
But that's about it. I mean, it's the same thing. It's a platformer, and you have free lives, and
There
Or
are some
there's-
classic games from that era that would be just buried now. That just aren't good enough.
Yeah.
Okay, couple of things here. First of all, Avuzal and Michael in the chat, two lovely Australian gentlemen, and I just confused the two. And Avuzal in the chat now says, "I don't sound like Michael, do I?" And honestly, I can't remember what part of Australia you're from, Avuzal, but I know Michael is in
That's
Melbourne,
New South Wales.
New South Wales. I don't know where that is.
He's in the non-quarantine Germageddon area.
Germageddon. Is it like near Sydney, Perthy kind of thing?
It's
Sydney's
Sydney.
the capital. Yeah.
It is Sydney. All right. You could have just said Sydney. I know where Sydney is.
and the final part to that, Trolls, is you should have just said lovely gentle man, because there's no way in the world I am any form of gentle or a man or whatever.
I beg to differ. Having spent actual time in your physical company, you were surprisingly gentle with me. Okay.
Blood makes a better lube than tears. It's just
True. Exactly. That is good. So the solution to this puzzle right now is that we have to look at the uniform. I just wanted to check if the uniform was actually part of our inventory. It's not. So that's something you have to sort of work out yourself.
Knifey spoony.
What? Knifey spoon. Sydney Perthy. New South Wales represents a monochrome wench also. And also monochrome wench has a good point, which is that once they ported AGI to different platforms, it became easy to make a version of the games for that platform, because AGI was one of the first like game engines. Like you take the actual contents of the game, don't really change between versions. It's just the interpreter running around the game, instead of having to, which is what's a lot of like different versions for like the Commodore Amiga and Commodore 64 and Atari ST and such. They would go in and have to reprogram the entire game because the engine wasn't like portable. But AGI is portable. So all the graphics and all the text and all the game logic and all that stuff doesn't change between versions, or between platforms. Just the interpreter
with
around
the
it
exception
does.
of the Apple II.
With the possible exception of the Apple II.
just how
the
they-
King's Quest 2,
least
it has the same
interesting
UI
level,
as Space Quest
perhaps.
1.
At perhaps the least interesting level, there's concessions made on things like animation frames, but a more interesting is a reduced resolution. So things get cut off on the edges on most of the screens.
Oh yeah.
So weird.
Get off me.
But I'm sure it's like a minimal edit. Otherwise, they wouldn't have. Because I think, oh shoot, I don't remember, but I believe every AGI game had a port on that system, so it must have done well enough for them to justify. To keep porting it.
Not every single one. I noticed Manhunter 2 rarely has any ports.
You're right.
Manhunter 2 was one of the last AGI games, wasn't it? Gold Rush was the
Yeah,
absolute last
it's like
one, but
the only
Manhunter 2
one
is-
that's not.
Uh,
Even on the group of like fan-made ports to like the Color Computer 3 or something, they still leave Manhunter 2 out. I wonder if it's too advanced version of the. I know there is a version 3 of AGI, right? I think that's very rare, and Manhunter 2 must use it, so it's probably too different.
Probably is.
To my understanding, AGI 3, the only difference was really that it was like better at garbage collection or something. Like, it does not change the code.
Oh, okay.
But maybe Manhunter 2 has some extra custom stuff that, like, maybe it's its own weird.
They may have
version of
customized the
AGI.
engine.
I mean, the Manhunter games are just
That was some
wild.
time.
They are just absolutely wild. With the UI is completely different. It has some of the most advanced graphics you'll ever see in the AGI engine. Spacebar to fire the pulse ray. I like that. Also,
Spacebar.
how am I going to type shit into the parser now? I hope it doesn't mean when I also have the with the. Okay,
Well, you can't start a sentence with space, so it shouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, I wonder if Manhunter 2 was. I wonder if Manhunter 2 was like the Strafe of AGI games. I mean, Strafe was a Doom Engine game, but Strafe changed everything.
Right.
That is an excellent analogy.
Well, I'm looking at my list. There should be Manhunter 2 on Amiga, ST, and that's the only one on Mac.
Hey, interestingly, Gold Rush got an Apple IIgs version, but did any of the Manhunter games ever get a 2GS version?
One. The first one did.
But not the second one. It's like the second one doesn't even exist. Like it's just the bastard child of Sierra AGI games, and no one wants to hear from it.
Makes you wonder if the third one actually did happen.
Yeah, it's just sitting around on the I forget their names. On those people's
in the basement of the Oakhurst building.
Oh, you son of a! Well, I'm not gonna get it past him. Oh, you piece of! Oh, god damn it! Okay,
Gotcha.
Well then,
Maybe slow it down a little.
no.
The 169 status horn.
So, little Timmy, what did you like about the SQH playthrough on the Macintosh Black and White? 169 status! Swivelgeist has the sense of humor that we all know and love and expect from Space Quest fans.
Oh, I was gonna go with the Game Grumps version of that joke. Where they were playing this section and trying to get past it and get done for a long time.
For a year. What? Oh, I forgot to drop the fucking grenade.
We've got to grenade him.
Fine.
Well,
it could be worse. At least you only forgot to drop the grenade once, and not like when you kept forgetting to pay nice Maybot for the dress.
True. Welcome back, Jabs.
Hey, gotta keep it a little quiet. It is approximately 1:37 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm at 3:30 here.
Your point?
Guys are
2:30 over here. So.
Well, I don't.
Hey,
You did it for
PM.
us. You did it for us, trolls. So we gotta pay it back now.
Yeah, I did nothing. I'm just having fun.
No, I mean the last time when you streamed for 13 hours straight.
Oh, that thing. We're doing it again.
Really blacked it out of his memory.
My window is warming up in here.
You got like a sleep hangover from that, or like.
Actually, I was sort of all right. I took a nap before I started the stream, so I was actually pretty okay. I was a bit tired the following day, but.
So you become like a diva. You need a nap and your perfume and your special cucumber sandwiches before you do a stream. Now, is that what you've turned into? Is it?
Yeah, kind of. Since this is like a morning stream, I've actually had a cup of coffee and I'm busting for a piss. But you know what? We're near the end, so why bother? Search guard.
What? Why bother going to the toilet when we can literally watch you do a live stream?
Exactly.
Okay. No, I deserve pun jail for that. Sorry, guys.
Nah, you have to be like a repeat offender to get in pun jail. Jabbers somehow managed to do it in the span of 30 minutes.
Those were good puns.
She was really.
I need to
good
watch
at it.
that. I need to witness that.
Jabbers made me laugh rather hard the other day.
Wow, that's almost
6858. What the hell am I doing?
You got the button yet transposed.
Am I actually?
Can you use the mouse to point and click?
I really hope you
can't.
Oh, the mouse! The mouse just moves the other mouse cursor around.
Stupidest thing.
It's like on Scum VM.
Panel. Can I just type?
You got to remember that was when mouses were like $300-400 back in the 80s, and people are like, man, pay the mortgage, feed the kids. I'll pay the mortgage and buy a mouse. Like,
Yeah. Today it's like pay the mortgage or get this import vinyl. How the fuck can you read that? I know where the buttons are. Detonation has begun. Also dentist drill enabled.
Oh, it was actually funny, Charles. I was playing your what's that EP that you did ages ago? The Seasons of Ghosts or Walking of a Ghost or whatever.
Oh yeah, the ghost thing. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. No, my daughter's actually found it rather catchy compared to the, as they say, the extremely rah noisy stuff that you play in the house. So,
because I got the computer to sing for me. Okay, hey, in the chat, below zero says 1138. What is the name of this emulator? This is Mini VMAC. And the reason why it's in oh, did you guys see that? I almost got shot.
Wow, you just dodged him.
I dodged him. The reason why this is in black and white is because Mac emulators. Oh, sorry, Pick. What was that?
I was just going to say, don't fall.
No, I'm just going to pause right here.
The Apple II version, you can fall right down, right there.
You can fall down anywhere.
You don't get...
Oh, really? Hang on.
Yeah, the PC version, you just stop right there when you walk up against the ship.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We have to
Yeah,
check
you fall
this.
into the ship.
Ending temp. All right, let's do it. Whee! You could actually be a hero if you weren't so clumsy. Wise up. All right, so
when I viewed the priority layer, I could see that the line was missing, and I saw it there on the PC version.
Hey, now that is actually interesting. So in later versions, they made it so you can't fall and die on the last screen of the game.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Interesting.
Okay. So the reason why we're playing the this black and white version, just briefly, is because the current Mac emulators, and every Mac emulator I've tried 3 different. The reason why is that Apple's Quick Draw, the thing that actually displays graphics on screen, in all of these emulators is the 32-bit version. And while there is a 16-color version of Space Quest 1 with this weird little interface for the Macintosh, it will not work in any emulator because it expects to find a 24-bit version of Quick Draw. However, a very lovely gentleman came onto the SQuest Discord very recently and showed us screenshots of the 16-color version. He's actually making his own emulator. It's running Space Quest 1. It's stable, but there's no audio yet. I'm hoping that he'll let me play around with it anyway, so that I can also play through this in 16 colors. But he hasn't gotten back to me yet, so there is that. Let's finish this game, shall we?
Just noticed the stripes on that screen. Kind of looks more like lights refracting.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
They're like a runway thing where they just light up in sequence. Oh, the silent explosion. Yeah. Cool. Oh, well, there's no sound in space.
Oh,
so,
that's accurate.
Yeah, that's accurate. That is a huge text box. I'm amazed it actually fits. And now the music is going to restart, isn't it? It did. Yes. Yep. This is so weird. It's so weird. We discovered this when we were at the in the bar, in the Oasis bar. Whenever there's a text box on screen, the music restarts. So the bands would just, like, every time the bartender would, what do you want? And the band would just go, oh shit, we have to start over. All right, that is it.
Oh, the damn credit at the bottom.
200 points out of 202. What did I miss? Oh, cool! Every time I bring up this window, the music restarts.
Does that mean we got to get a perfect score and watch you piss your pants, or
no? I think.
Yeah, I think it was just the land skimmer. You didn't do a perfect run on that.
It's showing the credits names one by one at the bottom.
That's right. You have to dodge all the rocks to get a perfect score on the skimmer. You're absolutely right.
I don't think the text on the bottom is centered.
Oh, it's not.
Nothing is centered.
Nothing. There's no such thing as centered in this game. Even the end is not centered properly.
I mean, with its weird window, how can you tell?
But it's so fucking weird. The guy, the alien who shouts, "Hey, where do you think you're going with my ship?" That text was just. It was like it was going on vacation and it packed his bag. It was halfway to the airport. It was so far away from the dude. Oh well. That's it. We can just quit the game. Save game. Yes, we should probably save. This is interesting, by the way. It actually asks, hey, you might want to save your game. The DOS version just goes, right, fuck off.
Okay. I know what I'm seeing here. They read the Macintosh user interface guidelines. They have things like always prompt for saving before quit.
Interesting. I didn't know there was one. Oh, clean up window. It moved. It nudged it slightly left. Well, I actually didn't have anything else planned. I'm not gonna speed through all of Space Quest 2. I might do that later. I'm just gonna shut this thing. It is now safe to switch off our Macintosh, and I just did. So this was just sort of a low key kind of hey, let's do a morning stream and see if people will actually show up, and you guys did. Terrifyingly late.
Just early enough for me.
Just early.
Because otherwise, yeah, it's like 5, 6 a.m. for me when you're streaming.
Oh, yeah. I started at 9 a.m. and it's going on 11. So it's that's, and then I can have play some records and do my thing after the stream. Good. So I think the new morning routine is actually going to be, 9 o'clock, let's power up the stream, let's do a little gamey, and then a couple of hours later I can have some lunch, and then I can start, working on applications and all the shit that I don't want to talk about right now because it's depressing as hell. So that actually sounds like a good way to wake up, I think. So not that you're under any obligation to show up at all, of course. But this is a great way to start the day. Hey, thanks so much.
This was really awesome, dude. It's a nice thing to come home after work, and yeah, it's great,
fantastic. Also, I missed talking to you guys. I missed actually being able to talk during streams, and it's amazing that I'm actually streaming at a time when Australians can join in as well. So that is that is grand. I've missed you guys. So now all we need is Darth Helmet in the voice chat so he can fill us with lies. I really should shave for the next one, though. Can you see that? That is horrifying. Ew.
Dude, you're a fucking disgrace, seriously, Lob.
I know. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Oh, hey.
You're just pulling off the rugged space explorer look.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good question, actually.
Like
why didn't Roger grow a beard? Like,
maybe he can't. Maybe the poor guy is sensitive about it, man. What are you doing?
I can't
if he's
grow
blonde,
a proper beard.
You probably can't see it hardly anyway.
Pixie says
You
it's
probably
fine.
look
I've
like
not
Guybrush
shaved either.
Threepwood.
Pixie, I didn't ask. I honestly didn't ask. But thanks for letting us know. Toxter says, can't wait for him to inspect tires. Yeah, we will get to Police Quest. Actually, what I should be doing is playing some King's Quest remakes. Playing King's Quest 1 SCI and play the King's Quest 2 and 3 from AGDI. I should probably actually get started on those. I just wanted to capture some footage for this because, like I said, I'm redoing the Space Quest on other systems. And I just wanted to sort of test the waters and see if, streaming in the morning would do anything really, but it seems to be doing quite well, and I'm enjoying it. So I'll keep doing that. I think tomorrow I'll start playing King's Quest 1, the SCI remake. Also, the reason why I keep looking over to the side is because my window is here. It's like looking in a mirror. So I should be looking in the camera. Hello, hi camera. But for some reason I can't take my eyes off myself.
I thought your cat was doing what it did the other night, and it's like a lava lamp for you. You just can't stop looking at it.
Oh, my cat.
That's
I do kind of need to ask, though, since I've got your attention. Between you, your wife, and your kid, who picked the headphones? They're very Whovian.
I did, and my wife hates them. She hates them. She thinks I look like such a tit. But the
my favorite bird.
The audio they're surprisingly comfortable, and the sound is actually really good. And see, here's the thing: my ears are gigantic. So whenever I put on headphones, especially like headphones that sort of enclose the ear, it hurts. Like after like an hour or so, my ears physically hurt. So I can't
get that a lot too.
I really have trouble finding headphones that don't hurt my ears, and these don't. They're just sort of, but since they've got this little furry thing going on, they actually like close up really tight around the ears, but in a comfy way. This just turned into the headphone review channel.
Are they comfortable? Yes.
Super comfortable.
I don't know how cold your winters are. Sorry.
They are cold as well. That is true. Sorry, Jabs. What was that?
Nah. I was just saying some people make a lot of money reviewing the same headset everybody else is reviewing.
All right, yeah, sponsor me your earmuff, horrifyingly colored. Actually, it's kind of a CGA cyan color, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit.
It's
It is.
Like a
It's a
police
little-
quest.
And it's
got magenta
title
stripes on the
screen kind of
bench.
colors.
it's got the
Oh,
magenta.
that
Yeah,
reminds
this is
me
good for the paint train. Oh, I should. Oh, hang on. Just gonna read the chat here. There was a question I missed. We need to buy you a shaving mirror. Thanks. Will you play? Oh, here it was. Ragno asked, "Will you play King's Quest: The Episodic Reboot?" I think signs are pointing to yes. Originally, I was just like going to go, okay, let's save that for another time. But yeah, I might. However, there are a couple of Patreon requests in the wing. Sam donated $50, so I'd play KGB or Conspiracy, as it were. And Summer donated 50, so I'd play Gold Rush. I have so many questions, but those are in the wing. So once I'm done playing the remakes, I think I should probably get on with those and get videos of those made, and then play the King's Quest episodic reboot, and then get on with Police Quests. You know, Tuxter asks, "Does anyone know if Slash Vohal is the brother of Sludge Vohal?" Canonically, yes. Scott had a whole backstory behind Slash and Sludge Vohal that he never got around to actually putting in any of the games, but apparently Slash and Sludge are brothers. It's not a typo.
Oh.
That's what I
See in
always
the
thought when I was a
Discord the
kid.
other
I
night.
just knew that.
It's a little weird. Apparently, Slash Vohal was the lead scientist and for the Star Generator, and he was a celebrated scientific hero of Xenon and all that. And Sludge, his little brother, was jealous and envious and every other horrible emotion you could think of.
Basically
And
Space Lion King, because fun fact for people who, because apparently Mufasa means king. Their parents named their first son King, and their second son, they didn't name him Scar. He picked up that name because his real name translates into garbage. They named their sons King and Garbage. No wonder Scar was so angry. I'd be mad too if
What lovely parents.
yeah, that's a little
They're sitting there, adoring their little cubs and go, oh, let's make some cathexis. How do we get this going?
They're cats. What do you expect?
It's amazing they didn't just call them Meow and Meow too. CJ headphone. Oh yeah, I was gonna plug the. So at the end of this month, I forget what date it is, but we might actually do the whole Space Quest marathon thing again. But oh, my camera just went out of focus because it can't take the flailing. So much flailing.
Have you seen how long your arms are, dude? Like that's a lot of fucking area.
That's a lot of flailing. Look, it's like a 90s hip hop video. But so at the end of the month, we might be doing the whole Space Quest marathon thing again. This time, however, doing things a little differently. Last time we played all the best versions of the Space Quest game, the best versions we could find. And this time, the lovely weirdos over on the SQH Discord, particularly in the channel Digital Sadism, which has quickly become my favorite channel on the whole server, have been busy at work making the absolutely abject, awful versions of Space Quest possible. Like just the fucking worst looking versions ever. So for the marathon, the end of the of the month, we will be playing Space Quests 1 through 6 in the worst looking versions we can find with PC speaker audio, and it's gonna be great.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
I dare you to play them at the same speed as the Apple II.
No. We actually want to get through them because we're going to have to add an additional game to the list. Remember I said we would only play the best of the best versions in the last stream, and that's why we didn't play Space Quest 1 VGA. It was like automatically disqualified. This time, however, Pickle Dog has fixed the CGA driver for SCI EGA games. Sorry, that's a bit weird. But anyway, the point is we can now run Space Quest 1 VGA in 4-color CGA, cyan and magenta vomit colors. And we're going to do that.
EGA, CGA edition.
It looks so awful, and we're going to do the same thing to Space Quest 4. And with Space Quest 5 and 6, Brandon has done a direct. What is it? What are those called? My brain's melting.
Shaders.
DirectX shaders.
Direct 3D shaders. Yes. Sorry, I was just going DirectX shaders. That is not what it's called. That's brain. Start. Come on. Direct 3D shaders for that will also display 4-color CGA for Space Quests 5 and 6. See if it's even possible to finish the games like that. But we're gonna damn well try. So that's coming up at the end of the month.
And if anybody could source a Tawawa Boom GA, please let us know.
Please. Yes.
Yeah.
And Ronald MT32 and 3.5 circumcision.
I think you might have double for that one, sir.
That is a good one. Oh, hey, Sweet Potato Moon says he figured out the worst way to play Mask of Eternity. It's anyway.
Yeah, it is.
Can you play Space Quest 5 in EGA mode? Yeah, that is. You know what? Space Quest 5 comes with the automatic downscale EGA driver, and you can play it like that. And it actually pops up a window that says, "Hey, you might not want to play the crest sequence, the crest cleaning sequence, because you can't actually tell if the floor is clean or not in 16 colors." But it displays in in 640 by 480, is it, or 640
by 200?
640 by 200.
Yeah.
And it does some weird scanline-y stuff. So it's actually not as terrible as Brandon's CGA shader. So we're going to do the CGA shader.
Can't go bad with CGA shader.
Oh, can't go wrong. Also, I like the idea of just playing every game in the series in that cyan and magenta vomit palette. Because Space Quest 1 through 3 actually come with vomit included. You could put them in vomit mode. But we had to do weird shit to 4 and 1 VGA and then 5 and 6 in order to also get the full vomit.
I think that's the color palette of your headset. There would be unicorn vomit.
It is. Wait.
Actually, I want to. This talk of color reminds me of a story. My dad's a teacher. He's been teaching since the late 90s. I think 99. But the thing is, they started out with these, I can't remember, it wasn't the apples with the floppy disk, it was the next step up where they had the little plastic that came in different colors, and then the kind of opaque, clearish kind, but on top it
like
had
the
color.
first IMAX?
Oh, yeah, that would be IMAX, yeah.
Yeah, well, the thing is, my pops, it's the 90s, people aren't as secure in their masculinity, whatever, his classroom is outfitted with pink ones. At the time, we had lovely technology, staff member. She's like the head of IT. I'm not going to share her name. I almost did, but that's not appropriate. So anyway, she's super sweet. She's British, and my dad goes to her and he says, "Hey, can we swap these out? These are pink." And she goes to him and she says, "Mr. So and so, they're not pink. They're strawberry." And we still tell that to this day. I miss her. I think she's still around. I just, I think she retired.
So
slap a Hulk Hogan sticker on it, and it's masculine again.
But like to this day, every time somebody complains about something being pink, although you hear it less and less these days, the response from the family is always, "It's not
light
pink.
red.
It's strawberry."
Oh, I'm gonna so
It's a
really
bit of a strawberry colour there, love.
It's so horrifying hearing an Australian put on a Cockney accent. It's like the two weirdest accents.
What the bloody hell are you talking?
Oh shit!
Fucking throat.
Hey, Jadala says, enjoying your King's Quest series. Would you be doing a review for other Sierra games such as Gabriel Knight and Police Quest? I'm actually doing Police Quest once I finish the King's Quest remakes and a couple of Patreon requests that have come in. Then it's onwards to doing the Police Quest. Gabriel Knight, I actually enjoy those very much, but I do want to do those in the future because, my God, there's a lot to pick on, and I never actually finished the third game. I finished the first and second one many times, but I just could not put myself through the third game. For whatever reason, I just lost interest and gave up.
Such a slog.
It is.
The
start of it is.
May I ask a question that the chat might be I guess the chat might be wondering. Well,
Absolutely.
maybe not, but it was in our Discord for a bit. Would you be opposed to playing some humongous entertainment games? I know they're for children, but they are classics.
I would absolutely not be opposed to that in any way. I'm told they're actually really, really good. So
The humongous was king of children of the junior adventure. They were king.
But I mean, it was Ron Gilbert's
they
company.
Don't make those Funko Pops of Pajama Sam and Putt Putt. They don't. I looked it up. The humongous is like the one media
Pajama
franchise
Sam would fit the style very well.
I know, but they don't make them. I'm glad. It's like the pod people of merchandise. They just absorb things and recreate them in the worst way possible. I'm expecting the little plastic figurines to point at me and go.
My daughter, she was doing a lot of chores for me because slave labor rules, and she bought one of them Funko Pop Pokemon. What's the yellow thing called?
There's a lot of them, but I'm assuming you mean Pikachu.
Pikachu. But it's a vinyl thing that sits about maybe 60 centimeters tall and about 30 centimeters wide. And every time I go, like if I've done the washing or whatever, and I go fold her laundry up on the bed, the thing just frightens the fuck out of me every time. It's just staring at me with those big dead eyes and just like.
Oh yeah.
I own one,
have you guys
but
seen
it was
that?
a gift.
It's like the Discord smile.
Have you guys seen that? There's a photo, like a meme photo of someone who bought a Minnie Mouse night lamp for their kid.
Oh no!
And it looks absolutely adorable with the lights on, like with the room lights on. You put it there. It's just Minnie just going like this, and then you turn the lights out. And you put this night light on. For some reason, there's only a light like in her abdomen area. And so it creates that effect like when you shine a flashlight under your face, you just, I'm now the devil. It is horrifying.
It's not so scary for your kid. I was a 90s child. I had a Furby.
That is very 90s.
Furbies.
Nuke them all from orbit. They're just the creepiest fucking looking things I've ever seen.
Or send them to that guy. Send them to that guy on YouTube. The Look Mom No Computer. I don't think he has enough Furbies.
Organ. I love the Furby organ.
He needs more Furbies. Dude needs more Furbies.
No, it's weird because there are actually Furby aficionados now, and they get very upset when you call these creepy little demons creepy.
They're not that creepy until you start to run one. Then it gets disturbing.
Oh, if you like pick it apart and you
all plush. I think they'd make fun toys like Beanie Babies.
Yeah,
but they move and
sure.
they talk, and when their battery runs low, they turn into Satan. So
we had one of those little weird hand puppets where if you like clench the mouth shut, it makes a sound, and we had a little cow. You could just stick your hand up its butt and just clench its mouth shut, and it would go moo moo. And we thought it was funny as hell.
That would not be the noise I would make. So.
And then after a while, its battery started running out. And you know what moo sounds like when you pitch it down a couple of octaves. It sounded like this. So all of a sudden, the cow started its own death metal band, and it was awesome.
Well, it's like the
I
most
kind of
famous
want that
example of
recorded. I want to hear that.
Yeah, sorry, it lost to the ages.
Every big mouth bass battery operated wall mount thing.
Yeah,
it happens to all of them, no matter what generation of novelty it is. If the battery runs low, when the battery is regular and normal and everything's good, it's like throw me in the river or whatever the song goes. It's been a while. But when the battery runs low, it's just this horrible shrieking screech. Like the fish is actually begging you. Why would you do this? Put me in the water. Throw me in the river.
Perfect.
Save me.
Oh shit! My kid has one of those toy cars. You wind it, you pull it back, and then it goes on its own. And it's a little police car. So there's a little button on the top, and little blue LED lights come on, and it goes. Woo, woo. Except. I don't know if it's out of battery or if the little switch is just bored. But when you push it down, it goes wee wee for a brief little second, and then it starts sounding like an early '90s modem. It just goes wee.
Oh, that's horrifying. That reminds me. I've actually. Sorry.
Oh, it just makes these awesome glitch sounds that I want to sample before it dies completely on me and just turn into like late '90s EBM industrial or something.
Well, I can top that. I've seen it happen in an organic sense. at my old place, there was a woman or family, and they owned a Chihuahua. Now, I like Chihuahuas. I volunteered a shelter. I've grown to appreciate the dogs. They have good hearts. You just gotta not spoil them. But the point is, this one was left in the front yard all day. They had like a mini fence in the front yard so it couldn't get away. But that little dog would stand out there and bark and bark and bark and bark like that song in the Cats musical.
Oh god.
But one day I'm just trying to enjoy myself and I hear on and for like and it keeps going. It's like a 30 minutes in though. I hear bark, 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 bark. And then no, I can't hear it anymore and I assume it went inside, but now I'm kind of curious, so I go out and that dog is still out there. And I cross the street. They're not home, and I'm not going to touch the animal. I think this is fine. And I go there, and finally I can pick up what it's doing, and it's going,
Oh, its voice ran out. Oh,
lost its voice.
Little guy barked himself hoarse.
No. Oh, that's terrible.
He was fine. He went back to normal by the end of the day, but.
And I'm sure if you put a pug right next to him, you'd just be like, "Yeah, I don't have it that bad."
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about those dogs with the sad faces. You know, not like bass. I mean, like
the pugs,
Pekingese, bulldogs.
Pugs are just weird.
Frenchies
My sister-in-law has a pug, and I just honestly every time it comes up to me, I cannot tell its face from its asshole. It's like. It's like a little mirror dog. Like it's just mirrored in the.
But in reverse.
I'm not a cat person due to allergies, but if a pug walks up to me and starts shaking and sounds like there's a balloon flapping around in a Darth Vader respirator, it makes me want to be a cat person because fuck those things. They just.
Yeah.
What I was getting at though is, apparently dogs with that kind of horrific "please stop making them" snouts. Can scream. It's something about the way their head is shaped.
They can scream.
They can shriek, and no other dog can actually pull off the sound quite right. And it's horrifying. It's like
you're not convincing me of actually liking this form of mammal.
Me neither.
No, I don't appreciate.
Yeah.
I mean, we get a few.
Yeah.
We don't get as many of them in the shelter. Pugs just aren't popular in my neck of the woods. But we do get the occasional short snoots. And for some reason, a lot of the shelter pugs I've met, this is a side effect of all the pressure in their head. They often come in with one eye. Poor thing.
Oh.
This is.
I mean, when you have a rough life and buggy eyes, sometimes one of them gets damaged.
This is just okay.
Can I lighten this up a bit?
Yeah,
yeah, but
this subsection
on the other
of
hand,
dog breeding of just because
selection.
Pugs are apparently the result of years and years of just inbreeding dog show assholes.
Forced selection.
Right, and actually, if you look at old paintings, this is actually a very this was a high class dog of China once upon a time. They have normal snouts in the paintings.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh god. Oh shit.
And people are trying to breed them back to that.
Kiko in the chat says, as a vet tech, I've had to do many pug nail trims, and they scream bloody murder. Oh good. Okay, pick us up. Okay, was it Potato who was going to pick us up?
Yeah. So going back to the whole thing about dogs barking almost nonstop, not quite to that degree, but so for some context, I live in an apartment complex here, and there's a couple of dog owners. One, she just has a little dog. The other, they have a little dog and a large dog. So the two owners, the one with the large dog, that dog will sometimes bark at the little dog who's, well, I will mention this other person is right below me, that they'll bark at each other when the lady with two dogs goes and walks her dogs. And it'll be like 5 or 10 minutes before finally I'll crack open my window and they'll hear that I have a rubber chicken, that I joined the argument.
My cousin.
It usually works.
My cousin, who by the way just had a baby, congratulations, cousin.
Hey!
But
breed.
Well, she well, my cousin-in-law and her husband, who is my cousin, they before they had this child, this little baby girl, they still have them. They have two big old hound dogs. They're shelter animals. Oddly enough, they came from my shelter before I started volunteering there. What kismet? Anyways, I can tell you the dog's name because no one's gonna track them this way. But they are Philip and Charles. Those are the hound dogs, and they have a little snot
They're not
Yorkie
common names at all.
No, but those are
Arthur.
British
Let me
royalty
finish.
names, aren't they?
Yeah, they are Charles, Philip, and Arthur.
Arthur.
Is the York. Yeah, because like King Arthur, I think is what.
Oh,
I don't think my
that is
Arthur's
mythical.
my cousin's dog, not the wife's dog, and I don't think my cousin knows many kings, so I think he just guessed.
Can I just?
But anyways.
Oh no, sorry.
Anyways,
Go ahead.
one day Arthur falls into the pool.
Aww,
and he gets
Arthur.
wet. Now he gets along fine with the hound dogs for the most part. He's a little snot, and sometimes they put his head in their mouth gently. Yeah, they're trying to grab him by the snout. That's a hey, stop it maneuver, but he's so small. Well, he got wet, and it made him shrink kind of visually, and it covered his scent with chlorine. And Charles, who's like a big old, this is just the name of the breed. I think he's a cross between sort of shepherd dog and a red-bone coonhound. Both not known for having low prey drives. He goes after Arthur like he's chasing a bunny. Scared the heck out of me because like Arthur is not having a good time, and his big brother is chasing him down like, "Are you food? Are you food? Are you food? Are you food?"
Oh God!
It's very scary. But then Arthur squeaks through the little opening in the sliding glass door, and Charles doesn't stop. Thump.
Head first.
Thump.
Luckily, nothing broke. Everyone's okay. But after that, I think they've stopped letting Arthur get too close to the pool for multiple reasons. He's little. They don't want him to drown.
Oh, hey, speaking of animals getting hurt, my kid threw our cat down the stairs yesterday.
Oh,
And,
no.
Was it like a WWE sort of thing? Like,
no, it was even worse because we have like an upstairs landing. Like you go up some stairs, and then there's an upstairs landing, and then there's a little fence thing, and you can sort of overlook the living room. So what the cat does is it goes up the stairs, and then because it's lazy and or the like child-proof gate that we have, that's blocking the stairs, if it can't get through that. So what it does, it just sort of makes a tiny little leap from the stairs over to the landing, that little fancy thing. So there's a sheer drop from the landing down to the stairs going down to the kitchen. And for some reason, my kid's on the landing. I'm sitting right next to him. The cat is doing that little maneuver where it's crossing from the stairs over to the landing. And my kid just sort of reaches out and gently pushes it off the side. So now the cat is dangling off the landing, front claws digging into the wood, and is just dangling precariously over this.
Has your kid recently seen The Lion King?
It was the Bye Bye Mufasa scene. And the cat can't hold on. He's an old cat. He can't hold on, and my kid's just sitting there laughing at him as his grip finally drops and he collides. I think abdomen first with the banister on the stairs going down into the kitchen. Poor fucker. We were like scrambling down going, is the cat all right? We've had this cat for like 15 years now, or at least 10 years. And we're just like, is he dead? Is he okay? And thankfully nothing happened. He got up, he walked over, he had a snack, and he just sort of,
I could just see your kitty just like pulling a cigarette out and tapping it on his other paw and putting it in his mouth and lighting it up and just doing a and then staring at Storm and go, you may be adorable, but now you are on my list. And then just goes to his food.
I had from the time I was 7 until about 2 months ago, I had a little cat. I called her. She was just the fluffiest, sweetest animal in the entire world. Unfortunately, she was 17. She got she was 18. And she got real sick, yada yada. But that's not what this is about. This is a funny story.
Yeah, it's funny so far.
No. I miss her a lot. But anyways, when she was younger, this is a great cat story. We had some. They're what you call European finches. They don't belong here. They're an invasive species. They outcompete other animals. So,
sounds like most Americans.
they moved in and they made a nest, and you could hear their babies chirping all day long, and part of the night too when you were awake, because baby birds need to be fed like what, every 2 hours. Anyways, my kitty, she was going absolutely nuts, and since they were in her attic, she couldn't get in. I mean, until she found a hole behind behind the cabinet. And we taped it up. We put like heavy duty packing tape over it. That determined little animal who, and I begged Dad not to do it, but she had been declawed. But anyways, she had somehow, without claws, tore her way through the tape and silenced the entire family. We found her covered in dust up in the attic. I think she couldn't find her way back out. And yeah, she discovered how delicious baby birds are, and from that day on, she had been transfixed on them. She couldn't be torn away if she saw one.
Oh God!
Until she met a squirrel for the first time, and then she had a new favorite.
Okay. You said that was a happy story. I mean, what I'm getting out of this is
bird
massacre.
It's free pest mitigation. Sometimes it needs to be done.
They're not a good bird to have, but like, so you don't understand. This cat was like literally running through the house trying to figure out where the birds were for about 2 weeks. Like she would jump at the walls thinking maybe they were up there. She would climb under things. Eventually, I'm surprised she was able to find the hole, figure out they were on the other side, tear open the packing tape. This cat at her heaviest weighed 6 pounds. She's a teeny tiny little kitty.
Talented little
cat. Yeah, she's a tiny cat with a tape. But like, that's the thing. Well, this is a kind of a cultural thing. Most Americans, well, I can't say that.
Love packing tape.
Well, the norm is you keep your cat inside. In the UK, people let the cat in the garden and in the neighborhood.
Yeah, here we're going to have a bell on them. We're going to have a bell on them and have them microchipped because they just kill all the native wildlife.
Yeah, and if they don't, all the spiders will.
And the thing is,
there's
and that's the thing. I try to tell people, hey, if you want 2 things, you let your cat out. If a cat brings home presents, that's like 1/10 of everything it kills. And 2, Kitty is not safe out there. Your dog, you can say, well, let the dog out. The dog can get over the fence. And the dog isn't a snack for coyotes, which is how you pronounce it. Nothing makes me more nuts than people who pronounce it coyote. It's coyote.
Why would you ever pronounce it coyote?
I got a friend.
Never heard it pronounced coyote.
I have in movies and stuff.
You've never been to a hoedown. People call them, gosh darn nasty coyotes. No, it's coyote. It's a Spanish word.
I got a friend who lives in Los Feliz, and some of the stories he's told me, it's just holy crap. Just with those coyotes.
They are not afraid of anything because they know they're clever enough, quick enough, and stealthy enough not to be caught. Like they have no more natural predators because here where I live, the wolf population was pretty much decimated by ranchers, and any other large predator doesn't live anywhere near. They live in the mountains, so the coyotes will sometimes wander into town. And you'll
walk in, get a snack, go have an ice cream, just sit in the town square, and then fuck off back doing their.
Is it true?
They like the golf courses, and they like the water.
Oh
features.
Shit! Oh, that would be fun. This is like, okay, it's the 17th hole. I'm 3 under par, and tee off. Okay, I just hit a coyote in the face.
Oh yeah, I mean,
this is why they have carts.
They are. I think they're pretty, and I find them very admirable animals, considering how adaptable they are. In fact, according to my grandmother, who reads the newspaper, I guess, she said that if you start trying to cull their numbers, for some reason they seem to have larger litters.
So
they just make more puppies.
So that was actually a question I was about to shoot towards you. Was they howl and scream, and if they have like a certain tone of distress in their voice, which their litters like double, and they'll tend to cop a bit more of the action, and they just breed like rabbits at that point. If they lose,
And
so it's absolutely insane.
Smaller packs and the young split off earlier, because I mean that's just how they go. But they are Enough of them will take out your dog. Sometimes I've heard stories of them. They'll send out the females into the neighborhood when she's well. Anyways, to lure dogs back into the desert where the rest of the pack will jump the dog.
Oh fucking hell!
Yeah, no,
so today, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to cut the stream in just a second because I've got.
I was about to say, don't you need a piss?
I do. I've needed a piss for the last hour, and also I've got shit to do. I gotta get lunch and shit. But it's been really fascinating. Today I learned that if coyotes stress out enough, they will put out an emergency orgy signal to the rest of the coyotes. And I said coyotes on purpose. No, coyotes. So there's if you ever wander into the desert and you hear a lot of howling and fucking, that's all the coyotes in a panic. Thanks so much for joining me. This was fun. Hey.
An interesting note to end on. Coyote orgies.
Coyote orgies. Okay, so I'll do this again tomorrow at 9 at the same time. You're under no obligation to join, but this was a lot of fun. So if nothing else, then thank you for joining me today. And I'm sorry I'm rocking back and forth for reasons that I shall not divulge, but you've already guessed.
You just pissed your pants by now, mate. Seriously,
I'm about to, so I'm just going to cut the stream. I'm going to drop the headphones and run off. But this was great. Thanks so much. I hope to see you again tomorrow. And until then...
someone needs to create an AGS game called Coyote Orgy, and then we'll be all set for life.
That's my new band.
There's that press F6 to howl orgy. Press F6 to
anyway,
different coyote calls. There's one that's I'm hungry. Two, let's and then there's that like F9 panic. Let's have an orgy. All right, sorry. I'm gonna scoot. Bye.
I gotta ask though. I gotta ask one thing. I saw how you spell your cat's name there in the chat. How do you pronounce that?
Dygtimis. Dygtimis. They're two Danish words. Dygtig means talented, as in good boy, and mis is just the Danish word for kitty. So he's a talented little kitty.
That is adorable.
It just sounded like I'm busting for a piss.
And interestingly, usually, it's great fun when he misbehaves, which he does because he knows he's an old cat. He's like, "What the fuck are you gonna do? Get rid of me?" So when he misbehaves, you shout across the living room, "Dygtig mis!" Which means talented kitty. You're a very talented kitty, but stop it.
Oh man, Joel, your teeth must be floating 10 feet above your head. Let's let him go, guys.
All right, I'm off.
Nah,